Well, believe it or not, we're down to the last couple of weeks of the Big Ten regular season. The Wisconsin Badgers with a home matchup against Illinois this past Monday, followed by a road trip to Evanston for game number 2 against the Northwestern Wildcats. We'll check out the highlights of both the Monday and the Saturday games for the Wisconsin Badgers. We'll also have our weekly sit-down with head coach Greg Gard. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Ethan behind the back on the dribble, throws to Iverson, driving kick for Trice, open three right side, nailed it. Nothing but net for Dimitri Trice. Turnover Northwestern, it was created by Hack. Here's Brad to the free throw line, down the lane, scoops it up left hand, good! It counts and a foul. And a pass knocked away, stolen by Vic Law. Law pushing, he'll pull up, shot blocked from behind by Hack. And now Davison lead feed, Iverson down the lane, slam dunk Khalil Iverson. Badgers get points off the miscue. Off to the left side. Dimitri pounding the dribble. Right hand, letter high. Shot clock at 8. Trice gets a screen from Half. Shot clock at 5. Trice right of the circle. 3 in the air. Got it. Third three for Trice in the first half. 28-25 Wisconsin. Trice around a screen from Half. Pardon gets him on a switch. Go to Davison, open three, left of the circle, splashed it. First triple for Davison tonight, 31-29 Wisconsin, with 1:40 left of the first half. So he'll send a Trice along the right sideline. Trice shovels it into Half. Back out to Trice, good look at a three, right side, good. Fourth triple for Trice tonight, 36-33 Wisconsin. Trice to the top of the circle, throws to 4 to the right wing, goes into Happ, right of the paint. Happ against Derek Pardon. Ethan in the paint, feeds forward, open three, right side, he hit it. A lean forward, much needed triple. Dimitri Trice through the logo, throwing to a lean forward between the circles. Back to Trice high on the right. 12 minutes to play. Badgers at Northwestern tied at 42. Forward for 3, left side. He buries it. Second three-point hit here of the half. Here's a lean forward. Bounce pass to Half in the lane. Pivots, left shoulder, turn, and he flips it in with the right hand. And the Badgers have their biggest lead of the game at 5 points. From Wall out to Trice for 3 straight away. Back iron no good. Iverson elevates, gets the offensive rebound. Second chance for Wisconsin. Half on the left side. Works baseline on Pardon. Low on the left. Takes it right on the reverse layup. Good. Trice outside right. Feeds Iverson. Straddles the three-point line. Left of the circle. Down the drive. Low on the right. One pump. Goes up and in. And one. Khalil Iverson. Grown man's work. Rebound comes down to Davison with 3:38 to play. 59-58 Northwestern. Davison high on the right, refusing to have screen, drives to the rim, layup good, it counts and a foul. Here's Iverson against Miller Kopp, a throw to Davison, he got crowded by Gaines, 3 minutes to play, tied at 60, Brad the drive, right of the lane, feeds Iverson low on the left, goes up strong, got it, it counts, and a foul. Oh my goodness, Khalil Iverson. Khalil right side, probing, kicked it back to Davison, shot clock at 10, game clock 2:04. Davison right of the lane, steps back, baseline right jumper off the rim, once, twice, 3 times and in for Brad Davison. A friendly series of bounces for Davison. It's it in the foul zone, right side for 3, it's no good! Reavers the rebound, and he is fouled with 4/10 of a second remaining. Foul zone had a look, but it was off target. This is Wisconsin basketball. Stolen by Ethan Happ. Happ to the rim, and he hammers it down with the right hand. He'll drive to the goal and hammers it down. And running into Davison, who takes the charge again. The feed to Trice, who splashes a triple. Out the 4 for 3, left of the circle, tie game.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is presented by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. With available Pro Pilot Assist, that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
This is where amazing happens, where ideas turn into realities. This is where they developed a better way to observe blood flow, a better way to visualize pediatric heart surgeries before they even happen. You see, at UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital, they're not just changing the lives of their patients, they're changing the way the world treats complex pediatric conditions. UW Health. Remarkable.
Hy-Vee's Choice Reserve and Prime Reserve beef, arguably the best beef in America. Their quality and flavor are undisputable, undeniable. Let's get ready to be unstoppable! And the winner by unanimous decision, Hy-Vee!
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
During halftime, Coach Gard came in and they gave us a stat. We were like 6 for 18 or something in the paint. And we all just, had to come together and tell ourselves, you got to finish down there in the paint. So that's what we were doing.
It's awesome. Even Dimitri to start the game, getting those early ones to fall. That's just confidence. We keep telling them, keep shooting, keep finding looks for them to keep looking for you. Like I said, it's a season of highs and lows. It's a game of highs and lows. Everyone goes through shooting slumps and great shooting at times. So you just got to remain content and just know that you got to get the confidence in yourself because our confidence in each other is not going to phase. So every time Lean gets an open look, we want to shoot it. Same thing with Meach and everyone else.
Ethan did a really good job in the second half of taking his time and getting what he wanted on the inside, and then Khalil making nice plays and Brad being able to finish in the paint. I think that was the big difference where we were settling for jump shots in the first half rather than attacking the basket.
Well, I shot it from the purple and then it went in, but I was near the logo. So that's how long it was on the rim for. It felt good coming off my hand. I didn't realize it would have that soft of a touch 4 or 5 times, but you know what? It hit the bottom of the net. We're at 2 points, so we'll take it.
We were 4 for 16 or something in the first half. I didn't get the numbers in the second half, but we had 3 consecutive 3-point plays in the second half, so we finished better. Did a better job of making decisions when Ethan did catch it in there, didn't waste dribbles, changed a little bit of the angles we were feeding from, so it made it a little harder for them to get some help to him right away. And he did a great job of finishing and carried us. We had so many contributions at different times of that second half, and he obviously helped us through a majority of it.
We're a deep team. I think that we have a lot of guys that can score the ball. Even tonight, a lot of people were even. Everybody's around 16, 14. Everybody can get hot at any moment, and I think that that just what makes us dangerous. We got Aleem coming in off the bench and Brevin coming off the bench, and they can knock down shots, and I think teams overlook that a lot of times. They just focus on the main guys, whether that's Ethan, Brad, or myself, and I think that is what allows other teams or other players to get open looks.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.
A flip for Feliz, leads it for Frazier, shot clock at 10. Frazier left of the circle, steps back, 3-point attempt, blocked by Reavers, and here comes Davison for Wisconsin. Brad on the push, right of the lane, feeds Reavers, down the lane, slam dunk. Nate Reavers wakes up the crowd. A block and a dunk from the sophomore. Ritzel against Allen Griffin, a pass for half. Hands off to Davison, right of the circle versus Frazier. Brad to the line, in the lane, up right hand, back rim and in. Davison on the attack. He has 11, 47-41 Wisconsin.
Illinois is really good at playing aggressive defense. That's always a challenge. So you kind of got to settle in. It's very hard to imitate that in practice coming into the game. So just settling in and playing Wisconsin basketball and playing at our pace. Second half we got a lot more back cuts, got a lot more attacks against the pressure. And when you get to the rim, you get to the free throw line, those are much easier baskets than when you're shooting a lot of three-pointers, which we were settling for in the first half.
Finds Iverson with 5 seconds, feeding Trice right side, goes into half, low on the right, up, no, rebound, slam dunk, Kohl Iverson. Here's Davison to the front court. It's a screen from Reavers, Feliz works over it, Davison finds a back cutting, Iverson winds up and sends it down hard. Aaron Jordan defending Iverson, baseline right, Iverson the drive, low on the left, goes up and in again. Iverson with 10.
I feel like more things open up that way, like, when teams are playing aggressive defense like Illinois plays. So it just makes it easier to drive and get to the basket.
Shot clock at 10. Davison still pounding out front. Goes to Pretzel, left side three, off the rim and out. Reavers the rebound and the putback. 4-point lead, Wisconsin with 22 seconds left.
Normally when Brev's shooting, I'm just getting back because he's probably going to make it. But they were boxing me out and just kind of creeping in there and came right to me. And then I put it in.
He's looking, and the pass deflected by Iverson and stolen away by Kohl, and he gets fouled. 2 more free throws. Oh, what a game by Kohl Iverson tonight.
We were talking in the timeout, and the coaches showed us a play they might be running this play, and I think that was the exact play that they were going to run. And I was just trying to anticipate when he was going to throw the ball, and I think I'm pretty quick, so.
He's always a spark for us, and he's someone that everyone feeds off his energy. So when he's playing aggressive, when he's attacking the rim and literally ripping the rim down, that's something we all feed off and something that gives us energy. So that's the Kohl Iverson we need moving forward, and that's what we're going to have from him. Aggressive, confident. He does a lot of great things for us.
Hy-Vee's Choice Reserve and Prime Reserve Beef, arguably the best beef in America. Their quality and flavor are undisputable, undeniable. Let's get ready to be unstoppable! And the winner by unanimous decision, Hy-Vee!
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Ever since she can remember, she's wanted to become a doctor, a surgeon to be exact. Maybe it's because she's good at science, or because she loves math, or maybe it's because Lydia was born with a serious craniofacial anomaly, a cleft lip and palate that required a series of complex surgeries. And now she just wants to help others, just like the surgeons at UW Health helped her. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
Osumu finds it cutting Frazier low on the left, and he missed the layup. Half the rebound. Here comes Trice. Head up and on the move to the front court is Dimitric on the dribble against Jordan. Right of the lane, leads it for Davison for three, right of the circle, got it. Brad Davison from distance. Badgers within one. Frazier, Brad on the right side, left-hand dribble to the line. Davis on the lane, flips it to King. Shot fake from three, shovels to Iverson, left of the lane. Khalil against Aaron Jordan. Backing is Khalil, low on the left. Takes it right on the reverse. A lot of English on it. Shot up, no. Tipped up, yes. By Brevin Pritzel, his first points of the game. Davison throws to Pritzel on the left wing. Pritzel matched up with Feliz. Brevin puts it on the deck, spins to the left lane line, feeds King, throws to Iverson, flips to Pritzel. He'll try a three, left side, good. First three-point hit of the night for Brevin Pritzel, 42-37 Wisconsin. Brad to the front court, throwing to Iverson high on the left. Kashonishvili defending, a bounce pass to Reavers. Really poked away by Jordan, backing in his Reavers. Left block, up and under, good. Good work by Reavers. He has 7. And the lead is 6 for Wisconsin.
Big Ten season now going into the final couple of weeks. The Badgers off of the home game against Illinois and the road trip to Northwestern, getting ready for another road trip Tuesday night against Indiana down in Bloomington. That's first up here on the schedule. But Coach, we've mentioned this more than once, and it probably bears repeating because we've mentioned how tough it is to score the deeper it gets into the season, and that certainly doesn't just apply to the Wisconsin Badgers. We watched a Purdue-Indiana game where the winning team was shy of 50. Other teams that could score regularly, mid to upper 70s or more in the mid 60s. The scouting's always been good, but I guess it's another example of the depth of the league too. There is nothing easy, it seems, out there right now.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing, Matt. The identity of the Big Ten. It's a defense-oriented league. It's obviously very well coached from top to bottom, really good players, and when you get into this point in the year when you know each other so well, probably know an opponent better than you know yourself some days, that you are going to try to take away as many strengths as possible and really make people have to try to score on your defense when it's set in the half court. And you also have it's the end of the year, you've played a lot of games, there's been a lot of miles on your body, some of the fatigue factors sometimes it can set in, and impact shooting percentages as you get deep into the year, and you just got to continue to find a way, grind them out. The term grinders gets thrown out a lot, and it's more than a cliche. It really applies to how games are and really how games have been in this league. It's been competitive regardless of what the score has been, 80s, 70s, 60s, and we've seen now some in the 40s, but I think just the parity in this league and how teams, you try to do all you can do to give yourself a chance to success, and whatever that ends up being, if it ends up being a half-court grinder, it's a half-court grinder.
Listening to you there, it reminds me of a conversation I had with Joe Krabenhoff. We were talking about the deep dive into analytics now that you have to do in college basketball, but he says, all that it's really important. They're useful tools, but it's who gets the most 50-50 balls, who's the first guy diving on the floor, getting the floor burned, stuff that Joe made a name for himself doing. Right. That's the difference a lot of times now, right?
It is, and a lot of times they don't have a stat for those 50-50 balls or those hustle plays or those extra effort plays, and those in large part are the difference makers in one more possession or preventing another possession for your opponent. And when these games are coming down to the last minute, and we've had so many, and we've had a lot tip our way, but we've also had a couple go against us, those extra possessions, whether you can prevent one or get an extra one for yourself, are so invaluable in terms of your chance for success. As you said, the line you're walking is so fine and so tight. You're trying to find any advantage, and sometimes that extra possession is the advantage you need.
Let's go back to the game Monday against Illinois. It's a team that I think you mentioned it's a unique preparation. I would imagine a scout teamer enjoys it because it could be a little bit helter-skelter, but it has to be difficult to simulate.
Right. It is, because our scout team, and really any offense or defensive system, so to speak, is hard to simulate because you don't do it every day. You're trying to learn it in a 2-day window. But that specifically with Illinois' system, with how they pressure consistently, with how they play offensively, and obviously with what they do within the half-court offense and with some of their ball screens and their spread offense, that our scout team did a good job of picking that up. But again, to try to replicate that for 60, 70 possessions, we don't go that long in practice. We won't throw a whole game in just from a fatigue standpoint. Illinois is used to doing it every day. Our guys have to, they got done learning, Michigan State, and then had to flip to Illinois, and now we flipped to Northwestern. So every 2 days you learn something new and have to emulate and simulate that. But that's the challenge, and you just try to make sure. That's why you try to follow what you do so consistently and follow your rules and not get too consumed or get outside the box in terms of what the opponent's doing. Stick to what you do well and try to be as consistent as you can with that.
Well, it's clearly been a good matchup for Khalil Iverson. He's been able to have a couple of good games this year, and he's played well in the past against Illinois. But Brevin Pritzel with the 10 rebounds. I know you talked about it after the game. You knew him as a scorer, and that's part of the attraction of him coming out of high school. But if I remember right, he got on the floor not so much by filling it. It's by doing all those other things like he was doing on Monday night.
Absolutely, and most guys get recruited at this level because they score, and then we say, all right, if you can score, we can see that. If you want to play, you'll figure out a way to do the other things, and that's what Brevin has learned to embrace, is some of those 50-50 balls as we talked about, defensively, being in the right spot, right time. He's very cerebral and one of those glue guys that helps pull the other pieces together and plays multiple positions. We played him at 3 different positions, but I think the biggest thing is he's just typically right place, right time, understands the game pretty well, and he plays hard. So that gives you a chance. When you're smart and you play hard, you have a chance to have some success.
About a minute left here. The next road trip after the Northwestern game, you go down to Indiana, and I know it's been a roller coaster for the Hoosiers, but I guess as you look at them at their best, they beat Marquette handily, and then they went up to the Breslin Center when probably nobody gave them a chance and won there, so you would know firsthand how good they can be.
They're talented. I mean, you got Romeo Langford, you got Juwan Morgan, exactly, along with other pieces, and it's weird to get this late in the year and haven't played them. We'll have them and Ohio State in another couple of weeks that we haven't played at all. So that's obviously scheduling is what it is. But no, Indiana's talented. We know they've been up and down. We understand what that's about, and you want to make sure at home, specifically for them, we don't try to give them any momentum any more than what they already will create. So we'll move on to that one in due time.
There you go, 8 o'clock on Tuesday night down in Bloomington. That is next up for the Wisconsin Badgers. Coach Gard returns in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week. Stick around.
They are the ones who found a way to isolate a single prostate cancer cell hidden amongst a billion healthy blood cells. The ones pioneering advanced genomic testing in order to create personalized treatment protocols. They are the ones you want to talk to when the diagnosis is prostate cancer. They are the physicians and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the Carbone Cancer Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield Directors Cup, the highly recognized mark of distinction in college athletics across all divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow your favorite team's pursuit for excellence in this prestigious annual award through thedirectorscup.com, USA Today, or at L Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics since 1993.
The Badger Sports Report with Greg Gard is presented by UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's Great Day, great question of the week, and we check in with Terry in Two Rivers. Wants to know, Coach, with all these weeknight road games at 8 o'clock and the late returns. Have players had the ability to schedule classes accordingly? Do they get that luxury?
Not specifically. Thanks for your question, Terry. You know, usually we schedule our classes around when we're going to practice, and we have the late window this semester, which is 4 to 6. So our guys will have a lot of early morning classes up until around that, 3:15, 3:45 time, and we have guys that walk into practice late that maybe are coming from a class, get a little late, or sometimes have to leave early. So we juggle. The academic commitment comes first, but when you get home at 3 a.m. from Nebraska after getting a win there, you get yourself out of bed and you're at your class. So that's expected and demanded here, and our guys do a great job of that, of understanding. We adjust when we have those late night arrivals or early morning arrivals, so to speak, and we have a little window. We maybe take our foot off the gas and practice the next day and make sure they have the energy they need for the academic component, and then work on the recovery. We have talked about in other shows with what Eric and Henry do with our strength and conditioning and our sports medicine staff. So all those pieces really are important to come together to help our guys have a good experience.
All right, Terry, we thank you for your question. The Great Dane with the location up in Wausau, as well as 4 in the Madison area, east side of town, downtown Fitchburg, and Hilldale. Coach Gard's final regular radio show of the season comes up this Thursday night at 7 o'clock at the Great Dane Hilldale. So come on out and join us if you're in the area. Badgers at Indiana on Tuesday night, and then back home. Only 2 home games left, and the first of those 2 coming up on Saturday against Penn State. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
There is a boy who likes tractors and trains, a boy whose heart was far too strained. He was sick, you see, with a heart that broke. His heart needed fixing, his family needed hope. Enter our doctors with their newfangled tests. Enter our teams whose care is the best. Healthy and happy, the little boy's back, playing with tractors and trains on his track. UW Health and the American Family Children's Hospital. Remarkable.
Progress is an endless challenge. Here at the University of Wisconsin, we're a community of innovators in constant motion. We think on our feet, connect with each other, and hit our stride, pushing past limits. Progress is an endless challenge, but it is only those up to the challenge who change the game.